Yeah, no, I don't think I want to edit. I'll keep it. They're interesting stories because of all those experiences, you still succeeded. And I want to give people who are like you, one thing, hope, and two, that they can look into something, and three, if they don't have a high IQ or aren't talented or really gifted in one area, don't do what you did.
Don't do what I did anyway, because the fact that I'm not, dead in a gutter someplace, I attribute as much to luck as anything else. I know
and times were different back then too.
That's true too.
Now you don't know what's in drugs. Before it was more pure.
But I know a lot of people smarter than me who ended up dead.
Yeah.
So that, yes, kids, stay off drugs.
But I want to go back a little bit. Then we're going to go back into how you became so successful in comedy. And I want to discuss some of the people you met and the personalities of comics.
All right.
But before I do that, I, as you know, am a big traveler, and I love travel, and I think travel's so important to anyone if you want to grow as a human being, or if you want to, really develop yourself, become an onion, have all these layers to you. If you just keep reading books and saying, oh, that's how it is, and you don't ever go anywhere, I think you're missing out a lot on life. But, so you traveled a lot when you were you got around Amsterdam.
Because I kept getting thrown out of places.
But I want to know still, how did that affect you, especially Israel? How did all those experiences?
I have to be honest with you, Lisa, I was not open to any of the benefits that you're talking about. I was driven by fear as a kid. I was driven by, as I said, the feeling that wherever I was, the party was someplace else.
But what did you learn when you were in Germany or London or Israel? Did you leave the country with a takeaway saying, God, I didn't know that, or these people are this way and I thought they were that way? Any ahas, any appreciation for the world?
I learned how to buy hashish in Hebrew.
Okay. That has some value if you're into hashish.
I met, one thing I do remember that did make an impression on me, there were a lot of Holocaust survivors. I met a lot of people with tattoos on their arms, and...
Did you go to the Dachau Museum?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I didn't do any of the sightseeing stuff,
Okay.
but they were just everywhere.
Yes. But I left there with such a strong feeling of, what did we do? Who are we as human beings? And I had to go home and research it, and it really... I felt a lot closer to Jews, and I felt connected to Germans, of feeling like, what are they doing and how can I not be that way? Or, just everything. It just stirred up all these emotions. I walked in going, oh, it's kind of like a museum, because I was kind of naive. And I left bawling and crying and just...
I was not that emotionally open. And what I knew about history, was basically reinforced by my experiences, because I had been given books
Yes.
on the Holocaust and the history of the Jews and everything by my father. And so that made it all, more real to me. Went to Jerusalem, went to
Okay.
the Wailing Wall.
Okay, I didn't have those experiences.
And it was more of a observational thing for me than an emotional experience. I filed it all away. And when I went to Germany, a very telling experience to me was I had just gotten this tattoo, and I'm sitting in a beer hall in, might have been Munich, might have been Frankfurt, and German guy sitting next to me says, why did you get that? And I said, why not? And he said, you can't answer a question with a question. Okay, I can now understand a little bit about the German mindset. I took a charter flight home from Germany, an airline called Atlantis Airways, okay? And I was using somebody else's charter ticket. So we met in Frankfurt at the airport, and he checked in and, then gave me his boarding pass. So I was on the plane under, false pretenses. And it's a, whatever it is, 9-hour trip to New York. And towards the end of the trip, I really had to go to the bathroom, and there'd been a line to the restroom, for an hour. Suddenly I realized there's no line there. So I get up and I head for the bathroom, and the stewardess stops me and says, the captain has turned on the seatbelts on. You must return to your seat. I said, yeah, I just gotta, and I'll be right back. No, the seatbelt sign is on. You must return to the seat. I said, you don't understand. I really have to go. No, the captain has turned to the seatbelt sign. So I just push past her, and I go into the bathroom. She comes and she's, you must return to your seats, the seatbelt sign is on. So I finish doing what I need to do, and I go back to my seat, and the stewardess comes over, can I see your passport, please? Okay, a German telling a Jew, can I see your papers, basically, is enough to send chills down your spine. And I can't show it to her because it's not the name on my ticket. So I say, no, I'm not going to. I mean, what's she going to do at that point? Throw me off the plane? We're approaching New York. You know,
arrest you when you land, yeah.
Well, it wasn't, the airlines weren't as militarized in those days as they are now. So she says to me, the next time you fly to Germany, you will fly TWA, you will fly Lufthansa, you will not fly Atlantis.